Hi, everyone. In this short video, I want to talk a little bit, just to do a really quick introduction to the two readings I want you to do before we come to class on Wednesday. The first one's called Hiding Places by Sarah M. Broom. The title of that is in her name is in the link that you click on for it. And in this, it's a pretty short reading here, and it begins with a picture, right? And you can see her looking in a bathroom, looking in a mirror here. And then if you read the beginning, she says, I am 5. So it's kind of like this is like the time. I don't know if this is exactly the picture when she's 5, but it's kind of, you can see how the picture kind of launches us into a discussion that she's going to have here. So she says, I am 5. This small bathroom where my father sat on the toilet after work and died, and where before then mom took baths with green rubbing alcohol and Epsom salts to ease the weariness, is for me a playroom full of things no adult ever touches. So she's talking about this place. She's got this picture that kind of takes us back there, and then she goes into some memories and is talking about on some level what this bathroom means to her. And you can see how it becomes, as she says, in some ways a hiding place as you'll go through and read that. And so I just want you to think about this picture, because our first assignment that we're going to have, you're going to have a picture of something that's important to you, and then use that to begin to write something about. And so I'm using that as kind of a model for what we're going to be working on ourselves. And then if you look at the other one called Panama, that's, if you recognize that guy, that's me. That's my son there. Here we are in Panama. It's on a beach in Panama. And then I've got a story in here where I talk about this. I said this is a picture of my son and me when we were in Panama in 2010. And so I go through and have a little discussion about what all that means. And so, again, the idea here is that I want you to see how you can take a picture and then begin to tell a story about that picture, begin to think about what that picture means to you. We look back at our pictures all the time. You go through, you scroll through on your phone, you look back at the pictures, but to kind of develop an idea about why that picture is important to you, what experiences it brings to mind, the kind of details that we have there. We'll talk about this some more in class on Wednesday, but I just want you to think about that as you're reading. And then the last thing you can see on the one that I have in here, I've got what we call annotations. Annotations are where I go through and explain something that's going on in here. So it says here, this is a place, the Central American Isthmus. And you're like, what's an isthmus? Well, as I say down here, an isthmus is a narrow strip of land with sea on either side, forming a link between two larger areas of land. And if you look at a map of Panama, you can see that it's an isthmus. It's really a narrow piece of land. It's got the Caribbean Sea on one side, the Pacific Ocean on the other side, and so we call it an isthmus. And so I've got little things in there. If you don't know what a term, it should be here over in the side. So just keep that in mind. And this project that I have here, this writing assignment that I have here, is similar to what I'm going to be asking you ultimately to do, to have a picture and then tell us something about that picture. And so just keep that in mind as you read. So that's all I wanted you to know for this. Go ahead and read those, and then you can respond to the discussion boards. And the discussion boards ask you to think about the fact that, well, you may have never been to Panama, and you may not, many of you don't have kids, but still there might be something in there that might be important to you. You may not have, hid out in the bathroom the way in which Sarah M. Broom does, but there still is potentially something in there that might get you to think about something that's going on in your own life. And that's what I want you to think about in the discussion boards. So read these two pieces here and then respond to the discussion boards.